Hi everyone, Lee Magpie here, and today we're going to have a look at something Jurassic World related, and this is the Jurassic World Dominion Massive Action Ampelosaurus. I'm hoping I have pronounced that right. This dinosaur looks absolutely awesome and is now available in Smiths for £32. It is quite a large figure as well, and yeah, it looks absolutely awesome. It's got loads of detail. And this one is called a Massive Action. It hasn't got sound effects or like a roar effect. It's just a normal action feature figure, but it's quite a large figure, and that's why it's a bit more higher priced for £32. The other prices have been they've gone down a little bit more from £20, but now they're like £15. But the packaging is overall the same. It just doesn't have the symbol that it makes sound effects. And on the back of the packaging, it shows you a really awesome picture of the figure in action there. As you can see, it shows you that it can move its joints of its head and neck up and down by using the tail. And then this one, I actually haven't got yet. But if I do get it, I won't review it, but I will put it on my Instagram. I don't know why I haven't got round to doing it, but it's actually gone down in price in Smiths for £22 from the same price of this one. So it looks absolutely awesome. There's still a few in Smiths, so I'm going to get it and I'll just do some pictures on my Instagram, which is Liam_Magpie. I do a lot of Jurassic World content on there. And as always, this is compatible with the Jurassic World Facts app. And I always pause away and scan away so you can see the scan code. But overall, I'm done with this bit of the packaging. So without further ado, I'm going to get this awesome figure out of the packaging. So everyone, I've got the Ampelosaurus out the packaging. Like I said, I'm hoping I have pronounced that right. I don't know quite a little bit about this figure, but well, this species, and it's really nice that we've got another new species. Like I said on my last video, Mattel's doing really well for bringing out new species and not just tons of repaints. And overall, this looks amazing. The colours look amazing. The sculpt looks amazing. It's got loads of textures. It's got loads of lumps and bumps, and it looks absolutely awesome. It's cool to see another sauropod dinosaur with a long neck. But this one reminds me of being very chunky, very thick, very, I don't know, just like textured. And yeah, overall looks amazing. It's got this really nice dark brown colour on the top. It's got a marbling effect of this like greeny brown colour throughout the legs and around the neck. It's got a fade of like this bone colour, sand colour underneath the neck and going around the jaw. And then it's got a bit of grey going around the eye. And it's just got absolutely tons of sculpt detail. Mattel's done such a good job on this one. A few people have pointed out they don't really like the front legs because they look a bit thin, which I can kind of understand that because these ones are quite thick and then these ones go quite thin. But I think it looks alright. It does kind of look a bit weird, but it looks alright. I think, obviously we don't know what type of muscle mass these type of dinosaurs had, but because the sculpt of this figure is quite chunky and thick with textures, you'd think that the legs would, and the neck goes really well with like the back legs, so you'd think that they would add a bit more muscle in the legs here. A lot of detail in the front legs, but just I feel personally that these should have been a little bit more thicker. But yeah, because the tail's thick, the neck's thick, the legs thick, the body's thick with textures, and then you get the legs what are a bit thin here, but it doesn't look too bad. It looks a lot better in person than it does when you saw it like with the promo pictures. But yeah, the sculpt is magnificent. It is so amazing. And here is the face sculpt up close. As you can see, it's got like this nice little hump on the top of its nose area. and some crease marks and some nice indivots and like indivots around the eyes, and then it's got this scattering of grey just to add that little bit more colour to the face. And then on the top of the head you can see it's got loads of textures of spikes, what are varying different sizes, and lumps what vary in different sizes, and the same goes for the top of the head as well. It's got little scratch details. At first I thought it was the paint rubbed off, but it isn't, as far as I can tell. And it's got some crease detailing around the neck as well, and some texturing and little lumps on the side of the neck. Look really, really nicely done. Same going throughout the bottom of the bottom bit of the neck as well. And just this crease detail and wrinkles just look really nicely done. And then it's just got this fade underneath the neck which joins onto the jaw, which just shows you these nice fold details there. And you can see here it's got two joints which are done. When I show you the action feature, you cannot actually move the joints how you want. You have to use the action feature, but we'll get down to that in a sec. And then the jaw is articulated as well with a chomping action, which I'll show you that as well. But it's got this lovely chocolate brown colour at the top, quite dark. And then the rest of the body is in this, like, I would call it like a brick brown colour. It's like a brick orangey brown colour. Really well done. And the teeth are really nicely done as well. They're quite sharp looking. I think they would have been a bit better if they was a bit more squared off, but they don't look as sharp as carnivores. So yeah, it just looks really, really nice. And the eye is nicely painted as well in this nice yellow colour, as you can see there. And the inside of the mouth's nicely done as well. And then for the rest of the body, you've got all this texturing of these spikes and lumps what scatter all the way to the top of the neck and the top of the head, going throughout the body and the top of the legs and the tail. And you can see that this brown scatters down into this like brick brown colour, and it's just got loads of details there as well. It looks just like a mountain, basically. A mountain what is on four legs. The fading here really looks really cool with these crease marks on the neck. This figure in particular would be real cool to do like a repaint. So if you're good at that and you want to get your hands on this figure, I would love to see them on your Instagrams. But yeah, it's got this like marbling effect of this green colour throughout the body as well on the legs, as you can see there. Really nicely done. And like a pebbling effect of little textures on the tops of the legs here, and then scattered out throughout the body as well. And then it spikes on its back, varying different sizes with little crease marks or groove marks as well. And they're just scattering different sizes. And then the same goes for the tail. The brown doesn't go down to the tail. Sometimes that bothers me and sometimes it doesn't. Same with the feet are not painted. Sometimes it bothers me and sometimes it doesn't. And on this figure, it doesn't bother me. Because it's got absolutely tons of detail. I can't really be mad at it. And yeah, it's just such a beautiful figure. And if you close the mouth, I'm going to just show you the mouth closed. You can see what the face sculpt looks like that way. Some nice little bits of details are on the jaw area. And I actually prefer it with the mouth closed than I do open. But you can't keep it closed unless you use the action feature. But for photos, or if you want to put it on a shelf, I would actually recommend maybe putting something in its mouth. See if you could close it somewhere. But I am actually going to buy a few of these because I always like my herbivores to come in heads. And I might actually get one and glue its mouth actually closed. So I'll have one what has its mouth closed, and then I'll have my, like if I buy another two, I'll have the mouths up and closed. But it's kind of cool, you can make it look like it can be eaten. So as you can see here, the button blends really well. And this is the action feature for the mouth, so you can do some chomping action. You can move the tail up and down, so you can move the tail up like that, it'll move the head down like that. If you move the tail to the side, it'll move its head side to side, and it's got some really nice movements and a cool little chomping action. If you move it down, you can use the chomping. So no matter how or where you move the neck, you can chomp its mouth and make it look like it's grazing on some trees or some bushes. And if you put it on its back legs like that, you could have it like that, which would be really cool. And have it on its hind legs, chomping some higher branches. And as usual, you can move the legs back and forth, so you can move the leg that far forward, that far back. I don't know if you can move, oh yeah, you can move the thighs in and out as well on this one. Some of the other ones what we've had where you've pressed it down and it does the action feature and the sound effects, you cannot move the thighs in and out. But with these ones what don't come with them speakers underneath, you can actually do this, so you can actually really pose the legs quite well. And then the legs on the back go that far back, that far forward, and you can move the thighs in and out. But the levels of detail are really nice, as you can see. The underneath of the belly doesn't have any colours, it just has this like marbling colour throughout. So what I really like about these figures is on this side it has more of this marbling effect, which just adds to a little bit more shading and definition. So you've got it around the tail, the leg on this side, around the belly on the sides, and then on this side you've got it a little bit on the tail here as well, but on this side you only have it here and a little bit on the neck here. So it's such a beautiful figure. If you are doing the Jurassic World Facts app, here is the scan code. So let me just focus that in. So you can pause away and scan away. Oh. And yeah. Chomp, chomp, chomp. But yeah, I am done with this review. My overall thoughts on this figure is, sculpt-wise, amazing. It looks incredible. But if I was to give it a scale to 1 to 10, I would give it a 9, just because I feel like these legs should have been a little bit more chunkier. So it gets a 9 out of 10, but still worth it. Action feature, a 10 out of 10. It works really cool. Articulation, I give it a 9 out of 10, because I would have kind of liked to been able to move the neck how I wanted without it going back. Like, you can't keep it however you want it. So for photography reasons, I'd have to like wedge something in the neck just to move it to the side, just so you could get another pose out of it. But still really good pose. Colours, 10 out of 10. I have got no problems with the colours at all. It's just that the other two. But the action feature, I give it a 10 out of 10. Just the articulation, I give it a 9 out of 10. And the sculpt, a 9 out of 10. But still good enough and still worth adding to your Jurassic World collection. And I am done with this review. If you are from the UK, get down to Smith's and get your hands on this really awesome toy. retails for £32. I think it is out on Amazon as well, so if you can't get to a Smith's, and hopefully they'll be in other retail places as well. This has actually been out a little while in the US, I think, but maybe not that long. And yeah, so please like and subscribe to my channel for more toy related stuff and more toy episodes. And like I said, follow me on my Instagram, and I will see you all on the next one. Bye!